Hey guys, it's Dr. Nate here again, and I am very grateful, happy, thankful that Jermani is allowing us to do this today. So we are going to do a day in the life of a hygienist, because I know you guys have been asking about that. So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions,
Okay.
and we're going to figure things out,
Cool.
and so you guys can get some more information. And once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them below, and we're going to do our best to answer them for you. All right, so first question is, let's see, how did you become a hygienist?
So I knew, it's kind of a cliche story. I knew when I was really young that I wanted to be in the dental field. I'm talking like 5, 6 years old. I remember, I remember going to the dentist, and I just remember having a pleasant experience every time. I never had a bad experience, but it wasn't until I was older that I realized that the hygienist was actually making my experience so pleasant.
Oh.
So I was like maybe in middle school or high school when I figured out what a hygienist actually was and what that job entails, and I knew from then that that's what I wanted to do. So right after high school, like that summer, I started going to summer school or college.
Okay, yeah.
And started.
Wait, before you say that, did you get beautiful smile? So did you have
Thanks.
braces or something like that?
I had braces twice.
She loves the orthodontist.
I
There we
did.
go. Okay. Okay, so you have braces. But yeah,
Yes.
sorry, go back to your story. So you're right after high school, you're going to school.
Yes, I started college and I got my prereqs out of the way and I applied for dental hygiene school.
Okay, 2 years, you go through the program. How challenging was it? Is it you're there every day? Is it you're there for 1 hour? You're there for 10 hours? What's the deal?
It's like a full-time job. You're there all day. I remember being at school from sun up to sundown, and it's just a day full of classes, a day full of clinic. So you don't see patients, starting off, you don't see patients every single day, but you do have classes all day long. And I kind of thought of it as like a mini family or like a sorority, because you get so close with your classmates.
Mm-hmm.
You're in school all day together and you're studying all day together, and you just become really close. But that was my experience.
Nice. Okay, so I know people always definitely ask me this a lot. I know they're going to want to ask you this. How much did the hygiene school cost? Wait, do you get paid to be in hygiene school?
No.
What? That
No,
sucks.
You don't
Neither
get
with
paid.
dentistry, neither with
No.
ortho. So yes, okay. So
Once again, it depends on the school that you go to. I know the school that I went to, we had to pay a lot of money up front before school even started. We had to buy our own instruments, we had to buy our own scrubs on top of tuition, and a truckload of textbooks. There's so many textbooks. But all of the equipment and instruments that we needed, like dental loops and things like that, had to be paid for up front.
So just give a ballpark for the 2 years. Roughly, I know that your program's be different than everybody's, but roughly how much would it cost? If somebody's like, hey, I want to do hygiene, hey, how much is it going to cost for me to do this 2 years?
Maybe about $30,000.
$30,000 bucks.
Yeah.
So you need 30. Okay. So now people ask this too, because they think, when they're talking to dentists, hygienists, orthodontists, everybody, they're like, teeth are nasty, right? So we think some people are just like, teeth are disgusting. Like, how do you guys look in people's mouths all day? So let me ask you this: what is the best part of your job, and then what is the most challenging, and maybe what is like the grossest thing you've seen?
Okay. The best part of my job is a patient's reaction, especially if they haven't had a cleaning for a really long time and they get all of that buildup behind their lower teeth down bottom, and I'm not even done with the cleaning yet and the patient is like, oh my gosh, it feels so much better already.
Yeah.
I love that part. I also love when my patients compliment me saying that this cleaning is amazing or this didn't hurt at all. That lets me know that I'm giving them an enjoyable experience.
To interrupt there, you don't know this, but the lady who just left, she must have been in her 60s, 70s? I don't know what she is. She's obviously been to the dentist a ton, and she was like, this is the best cleaning I've ever had, and this is the sweetest hygienist I've ever had, which is crazy. So she's probably been to the dentist for the past 50, 60 years or something like that. So that's impressive. But yes, anyway, sorry.
I like that type of feedback from my patients,
Yeah.
and I want them to come back. So, and that giving them a positive experience ensures that they will come back and we can stay on top of their treatment and they can have a healthy smile.
Yep.
The most challenging part of being a hygienist is having a patient that's not compliant. If we discuss periodontal disease or a certain treatment plan and the patient's like, no, I don't agree, and that does happen.
Yeah.
It's hard when I'm showing you evidence on why you need what you need and the patient is just like, no.
Yes.
So it can be difficult sometimes. Most of the time, if you're actually showing them visual evidence and not using words that go over their heads, you can get a patient to understand everything that they need to understand and why they need certain treatments.
Yeah.
And usually they jump on board. Sometimes they don't. And it's just not something that they want to go through. The grossest thing, I really don't have a sensitive stomach, except when I was a pregnant hygienist. I was very sensitive to smell, so I had to step out of the room and run to the bathroom a few times.
Oh wait, I've heard about this.
Yeah,
Yes.
But other than that, I've never really been too queasy. Nothing really upset my stomach or made me just really grossed out.
I love it. Well, thanks so much. So now
No
we're going to
problem.
see what the day in the life of a hygienist is. So let's get started.
Let's go. Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to take you through just a typical day for me as a dental hygienist. I usually arrive to work about 30 minutes before my first patient, and the first thing that I do is check the schedule. I'm just looking to see what my overall day is going to consist of, and I want to make sure all of the appointments are scheduled appropriately. Next, I'm going to start prepping my trays. I'm going to grab any instruments or any other materials that I will need for this particular patient. That way the appointment can run smoothly. I'm also going to take advantage of this time to look over previous x-rays and any previous notes, so that way it'll be really easy to catch up with the patient. I'm also reviewing any medical history, and I do want to confirm with the patient that nothing has changed since their last visit. So I'm going to go ahead and take his blood pressure and get all of his vitals done, and then we will get started on some x-rays. And the good thing is that we do have Netflix at our office, so while we're taking x-rays, I know they can be really uncomfortable for some patients. It's the Netflix helps the patients to concentrate. It kind of takes their mind off of the uncomfortableness. I also take this time to make sure that the patient doesn't have any chief concerns. I want to know if anything is bothering them and basically what brought them into the office on this particular day. A fun fact, no one has ever thrown up on me during x-rays before, so that's great. Now we are moving on to his exam. So basically I'm here to help the doctor chart any findings that he may call out, and also to help diagnose the proper cleaning for each patient. This particular patient is just a regular cleaning, and this is a recall exam for him. He's been here before, so we're already familiar with each other. This is also the time where we address any main concerns or anything that's bothering the patient. We like to catch up on any holidays that have passed, any special plans that we may have coming up, catching up with family members. We do get really close to our patients, and I appreciate having such an intimate relationship with each and every one of them. Now we're moving on to my favorite part of the appointment, the actual cleaning. This is the moment that I get to scale any calculus off of any teeth, polish, floss, and remove any plaque that I see, and I get to provide a good quality cleaning. I really enjoy when I'm only halfway done with the cleaning and the patient already is impressed with how clean their teeth feel, and they're rubbing their tongue behind their lower teeth and they can actually feel a difference back there. I'm also discussing oral hygiene and any improvements that should be made at home. I like to commend each patient on at least one thing that they're doing right. Sometimes that means just making it into an appointment. Once the cleaning is all done, I sit the patient up and we do a quick review of everything that we discussed. And I'm also making sure that the patient enjoyed their experience and that they want to come back. After my patient has walked up to the front for checkout, I start to flip my room and clean everything and get everything nice and set up for my next patient. So we don't get to eat together every day, but I really do appreciate the days that we do, and what I appreciate most is free lunch. In between patients, I like to do my notes so that I won't fall behind at the end of the day, especially since I see between 8 to 10 patients daily. Now on to my next patient. This is a Pareo patient, so right now I'm actually checking his probing depths to compare to his last visit. And then I go and get started with his cleaning. And here I am using a Cavitron unit, which I really do appreciate because it makes my job a lot easier. It helps to speed up the process, and it also helps to remove stain really well, way faster than hand scaling. After discussing any problems that they're having with keeping their teeth cleaned at home, we go ahead and get into polishing, which is actually my favorite part. I know most patients hate having that sandy feeling after, but it's just so satisfying to me. I really like it. It's weird. I know I wasn't able to show you guys every single patient that I saw this day, but these two types of cleanings are typically what I see throughout the day. At the end of the day, I check my notes, I help with closing duties, and I am good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and seeing what I typically do every day.
Alright, so I had a great day today with Jermani. She gave me the insights on what a life of a dental hygienist is. Thank you so much to her. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. If there's anything else you want me to cover in a dental office with the business, just let me know. Thank you so much for listening, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you, guys.